Alright, y'all, welcome to episode 2 of my Existential Crisis Diaries series. So, this was one of those days, again, where I just wasn't feeling the world. My body is just really, really, really exhausting. Like, as I'm laying down here, I'm thinking about all the things that I wanted to get done on this day, but I'm just so exhausted physically and kind of mentally, honestly, that I just didn't want to get up and I just flopped into bed. So, a little bit of backstory. I did not film my morning, I accidentally forgot, but I did wake up late around 12 p.m., lounged around in bed, and then had my first meal of the day at around 1:30 p.m. And then after that, I just got to my room and I'm like, I just need to be down. So this is why I'm laying down here, which brings us to this footage here. Now, honestly, as I replay this, it seems very dramatic, and I'm trying my best not to make it sound dramatic. What I'm trying to do here by letting myself just randomly lay down during the day is give myself grace. And that's a habit or an attitude or a behavior that I'm trying to embody a lot more, giving myself more grace and giving others more grace. So, more room for failure, more room for flexibility, especially for myself as I navigate kind of all of these feelings and so on and so forth. So, yeah, just trying to give myself grace and the room to just exist. Honestly, like plainly exist and learn how to not constantly be producing and associate my value with what I output. Because that's why I'm in this crisis, is because I've always associated my value with what I'm outputting. And now that I'm not outputting something or being productive in a very traditional sense, I am hardcore struggling. I did end up napping for a couple of hours and I woke up with a start, which I hate because when I wake up with a start super disoriented, I wake up absolutely like famished. I am just like, I need food because I feel like my blood sugar is so low during those times. So I basically booked it to the kitchen, grabbed some lentils. I absolutely adore lentils. Absolutely adore lentils. So I saw them and I'm like, I want some lentils. So I grabbed some lentils, sat down in my room again. I don't know why I came back to my room. Came back to my room, sat down, had my lentils in peace, and as you can see, contemplated my entire existence. Do you ever do that? Just stare off into the void and just think? It's such a guilty pleasure of mine. Such a guilty pleasure. But once I had enough of doing that, I did make my way outside for some fresh air and to cut my nails because I cannot stand even having a little bit of nail growth. I need blunt nails. I hate my nails growing. The weather was really nice, so I enjoyed that a little bit and also got some grounding in. We love a little bit of habit stacking, if you will. I did have just this one idea in my head that was just bugging me, and I still can't decide if I want to go through with it or not, but it was really bugging me on this day, and I was really thinking about this idea. So I sat down to just purge my brain and just get all of the stuff related to that idea out onto paper and just think and contemplate if it was even a viable idea, which you can see me doing here. I was meeting up with a friend on this day that I was super excited to meet because she's one of my really good friends, and I was super excited to hear about the Europe trip that she went on. So I got ready. Here you can see me get kind of confused because I thought I lost my watch, but then I realized it was in my tote bag because I had worn it somewhere else before and then taken it off. So, got that watch on, got some earrings on, get ready a little bit, just trying to feel a little bit more put together, and then I'm out the door. The more I try to be on time for something, the more I'm late for some reason because all of us had to go somewhere. So I got stuck with a car with no gas, meaning I had to go put in gas before leaving. And then I'm always so embarrassed at the gas station because I don't put in gas enough that I'm a natural, but I also put in gas enough that it's awkward every single time, which you can see me fret about here. Anyways, I finally get to the restaurant we were meeting up at. It was a Mexican restaurant, and we had a lovely time. I didn't film it, but after eating, which I also didn't film what we had kind of a walk in the park and just sat around talking. So it was just really nice to catch up and connect. So yeah, then I make my way home. I change into comfortable clothes again. Well, I was already wearing comfortable clothes, but you know, my usual uniform, t-shirt, a pair of comfy joggers, and a hood, you know, the Ruha uniform. So I get into that, and then I sit down with family for a little bit. You can see me wrestle with my niece a little bit here because she's curious about phones these days. So she was after my phone and I was recording and I'm like, you can't have this. So yeah, just having some time with family, and then I move on to my nighttime routine. By this time, it's about 10 p.m., so I end off the night with, of course, physio. Like I said in the previous video, physio does not leave me alone. So, physio and some movement. I've been really feeling more slower movements, so even though MMA will always have my heart, I've been leaning towards yoga and Pilates and mobility work. So, did a bit of that, and then I get ready for the night, do my nighttime routine, and then I end off the night with even more physio. I'm habit stacking here, or I'm trying to make physio a little bit less painful. So I'm doing even more physio with a show playing in the background and also cleaning up after my knees. And at this point, I call it a night. And that is episode 2 of my Existential Crisis Diaries series. I hope you're enjoying them so far and you know what I'm going to say now. Until next time.